So, web performance not affecting SEO?
No, it's not a thing
Well,
from what we've seen.
yeah. What's the testing look like?
So we've worked on our websites where we've ran the Core Web Vitals test, and the performance score was quite low.
Yeah.
So yeah, we flagged that, and then we fixed it up and made compressed images, made certain removed certain animation features on the website,
Yeah.
and improved the performance. And we
Little to no effect.
didn't see any drastic improvements in our rankings compared to other metrics that we've done some testing on.
It's like an interesting one. I feel like it's so easily accessible for people to be able to check the performance of a website. And most of your audit reports that you do, the key thing that they highlight is web performance.
Yeah.
So everyone scrambles.
And it's always a question from clients of like, that's been flagged in an audit I've received from, a spam SEO inquiry. Our Core Web Vitals are really bad, and it's like, it's not the main thing that's wrong with your website. Yeah.
Exactly. And we've done a lot of testing from whether it's code minification, reducing the amount of code that's on website. JavaScript's a big one, especially if you're leveraging like embeddable widgets or any embed code that is JavaScript. It can often have quite a delay to render. We've done this testing across hundreds of sites and not really seen any significant impact in a correlation to just improving the performance of a website to improving the rankings. And then when SEMrush put their report out, the 2024 search ranking factors, which they've done obviously maybe larger scale testing than what we've obviously been able to facilitate. The speed is on there, but it's very low.
It's very low.
It's very low.
One question I do have with that though is that obviously if a website's got poor web vitals and it's a slow website, if someone lands on the website super slow, takes forever to load, I'm not going to spend time waiting for the website to load.
Yeah.
That would potentially have would it potentially have an effect on the website's performance?
I think there's more
SEO
like
performance?
there's not like a hard and fast rule of it's good, it's bad. I think that's maybe the biggest thing to consider in this. It's a scale. So what they consider a low performing site, using an example like the Google Lighthouse, if you're running performance testing and getting between 40s, 50s and 60s, that would still be above average of what we normally see in websites, especially if it's built on something like WordPress, which generally does have a lot more code involved when comparing to something like a headless CMS or some of the other distribution tools like Squarespace and Wix can be very, very clean in that space just because of the way that they structure their sites. But that doesn't mean it's bad.
No.
I think there is, though, the instance of where you could be, literally sat there waiting for a website to take 10 seconds to load, and that is going to have that effect. So while speed isn't necessarily a strong correlation or the strongest correlation to ranking factors, it definitely is in conversion factors.
Oh, definitely.
So if you're looking for a website and it's an e-commerce, you're not going to want slow loading speed because fast response means that people aren't waiting, meaning that you see subsequent an increase in conversion. And there's loads of testing and benchmarks out there for that, showing that the improvement in performance and speed and responsive time will increase the possibility of sales and have an effect on your conversions.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about just that direct correlation to SEO rankings.
Yeah, trying to move like the tiny little metrics from 40 to 50, 60 to 70, it's not going to have a massive effect.
And the amount of time and resource that it can take to move
those.
those, and to fix those issues,
it's not worth it.
You're better off writing content.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Another quick question I have is, how do you know if you are running, the tests and it's poor, how do you know whether it's a website, something you can fix on your website or whether it's your website hosting?
For sure. So with the Lighthouse is probably the best tool that you can use. And in the Lighthouse performance, it will actually break down what's causing issues. So it will tell you whether it's to do with imagery. So if you're uploading imagery, especially if you're like a photographer, you've got high-end professional photography imagery, they can be 3, 4, 5, 6 meg. Don't upload them at 3, 4, 5, or 6 meg,
Yeah.
compress them, get them down into the KB, 100, 200, 300 KB, and then upload them. It will tell you if it's imagery. In the issue with server response, it will actually state a server response issue. So go get yourself some faster hosting and a CDN, which is your content delivery network for imagery. That will help.
Awesome. Cool.
That'll do it for today.
Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for our next episode.